So I've been keeping myself real busy lately. At least I feel like I have. I've been trying to produce content on whatever channel I can that's feasible. Obviously, Airsoft, there's not much I can just go do on my own that isn't just showing off guns that I have downstairs or whatever. I do want to do want to do. I want to make some real steel videos with some guns, real guns that I do own. Just put those up on the channel just for some one-off little things. Maybe if I think about it, I'll do it. I'll do it maybe on Tuesday. Today is Sunday, by the way, March 2nd. Oh, tomorrow is my brother Jake's birthday. I just remembered. So tomorrow night I'm going over there to do that. But it'll be too dark for me to actually film any gun shooting videos. So maybe on Tuesday or something I can go over there to my parents because they have the land for me to be able to shoot at and dump some lead down into the woods and make some videos on that. Otherwise, I've been making vocal covers. I've been making regular YouTube videos on my channel that aren't just vlogs, trying to post on the Bunnies channel, and trying to put some stuff up on the book channel, but that's a little bit, again, harder to do unless it's just like an update video. But yeah, if you guys have noticed, one thing I've kind of returned to form with has been like solo play, recorded gameplay commentaries, like I used to do, where I'm just like jump into a game, record, and cut down the commentary to like the funny and interesting moments, recording for like an hour, and then getting a 10-minute video out of it, maybe two, it all depends. And I've been wanting to return to that. I've been looking at my content, kind of scrutinizing it over the past couple years, and it's been a lot of like just me doing solo streams and not making content from those generally, unless I'm playing like a one-off shoot game that I thought, if I end the stream thinking, oh yeah, I made some content, I'm definitely gonna cut that down. But most of the time, like a 60 to 80% of the time, it's just a stream that I record and goes up. For solo stuff, if I do a stream with like Dylan and Jake or friends or whatever have you, then that usually turns into content when we do a series like 7 Days to Die or Minecraft or Lethal Company, stuff like that. Those get cut down into content because whenever we're all playing, it's a lot of actual fun. And then we'll do some things like Gartic Phone where I record off stream and we just make it we're just playing for 2 hours and I make that into videos, buckshot roulette and stuff like that. But I've been looking at my content and just like I really because I if you guys saw I put up the marathon videos, the X hours of blank to go to sleep to, like 8 hours of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 to go to sleep to, like those videos where I'm just compiling old series, old solo play stuff that I used to do, Black Ops and whatever have you, into long form videos, Destiny and stuff. And I'm looking at it like, man, I really miss making videos like this. And like, it's not like they were anything crazy, but for me, they are always like benchmarkers for life at the time. Oh, this was the period of my time, the period of my life where I was making Black Ops 3, and I can remember where I was, what I was doing, and in general, what my life was like at that time. And I miss having those benchmark video series, playing PUBG and stuff like that. And so I just decided, no, I'm gonna start doing that again. I'm gonna jump on a game like Halo Infinite and just record my own videos again and then just cut them down as I go and throw up random funny videos. I'm going to put a little bit more effort into the editing, just a little bit, just enough where it's not like I'm not killing myself over a video that's going to get 10 views, but at least if it's a video that does get more than 10 views and somebody sees it, it will be decently well edited to give a better impression. I started making short 15 seconds or under advertisements to put in my videos just of promoting my own stuff because I have a very bad habit of not promoting my website, not promoting my merch, not promoting my Patreon, and just hoping that somebody looks in the description and sees it, and that doesn't work. I've been doing better I've removed the generic I've removed the generic tags from my YouTube videos where pretty much every single video would just have the same tags and I don't add like any except for like maybe what the game is called. And I removed all the generic ones, or rather the broad ones, and then I added some generic ones that made sense just for it being gaming and stuff, and then I'm doing better at actually adding real tags. I'm making the thumbnails in the video edit, which is also something I don't usually do because I like reducing what I'm doing to as few steps as possible so I can be efficient in it. So like, instead of making a whole elaborate coffee or drink or something in the morning, I'll just grab an energy drink, crack it open, it's ready to go kind of thing. And for making a video, it's I cut down the video to the minimal, make it a short enough length to consume, get all the best parts out of it, make some kind of a, and then cut it down in a sequence that tells the story in general for the moments, and then put it up. No fanfare, no premieres, no thumbnail, but I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to actually feel accomplished with what I do, and by making the thumbnail, by making a little bit more effort in the edits, I feel more proud of the video that I put up, which is also a double-edged sword because then I feel more frustrated when it doesn't get the attention. It's like I put so much work into this and nobody sees it, but at least I know that the video itself more is better than it would have been otherwise. So I've been putting all that effort into it, and my hopes for return are only a smidge increased. I'm only looking at it like I 11% want this to have more return because I always want a video to have more return, you know what I mean? But it's always the videos that get no effort that get the most engagement or the content. Like I've been sitting on a Naruto versus Sasuke webcomic stick figure fighting thing for years that I haven't done the last part of, and that comic has gotten a significant amount of engagement for me anyway. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. So would you my Naruto vs Sasuke stick fight panel has 150,000 views, has like an 8 out of 10 rating, and like 1,200 people have like engaged with it. At least 1,300. I think that's what that means. Um, and it's crazy. And the last time I put a part up was over actually 5 years ago, pretty much to this day. Pretty close to being. It was. I'm sorry. No, that's incorrect. I misread it. It's May 9th, not March. May 9th, 2020 was the last time I put a part up. And it's something that it's not minimal effort. I actually started putting a lot of effort into it because outside of just the stick figures, I began drawing actual character art for like intermittent pieces of the fight. So like, and it is flat plane 2D stick figures of left and right configuration of them fighting each other. Sorry for that breath. I just like choked as I inhaled. And it's crazy. I'll link it down below for you guys, but I really enjoy making it. I think it's really cool, and I know people enjoyed it, and I kind of want to do more of that. I actually even thought about filling in some of the blanks and animating it into a little short thing, which would be sick, but again, a shitload of work for really, really nothing. I know I've also never done anything like that, so it would be pretty cool. I might do it at some point, or I might hire somebody to do it. I won't hire somebody to do it. That animation is a whole thing. But anyway, the point I'm saying is like the things that I often put a lot of effort into don't get the credit they deserve, and the things I just kind of shit in my hand and throw at the wall get a lot of attention. Whether that's negative or positive attention, they get the most attention, which is why I kind of stopped putting that effort in when it comes to like elaborate edits and like trying to be a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Because it was that was the pattern, and that didn't work. So I'm back to making some effort. And that's not to say that what I do doesn't take effort, but there are different tiers of effort. This is a very casual amount of effort that I put in. It's something that doesn't inhibit me, and it doesn't steal a lot of my. It doesn't take up space in my head. It doesn't take up background noise in my head. You know, I just put it together and I put it out. That's how it goes. So I'm just trying to be better with it, and I have the momentum and the motivation to do it. And now, however long that lasts is questionable. I still would love to jump into making new playthrough series. I want to make content in PlayStation 2 games, and I do plan on it. I just I'm undecided if I want to do like a because I can't commit to a full series. I'm not going to do a full playthrough of Jack and Daxter on the PS2 because that would be like a 40-part series, and I don't know how well the game's going to hold up for me to want to do that, considering how old it is. But I do want to at least record me playing it a bunch and make some content in it, just to show it off, just to be like, hey, look, nostalgia. Just like how I did the God of War and PS2 stream, that was a great nostalgic trip. Nothing's better than impaling Hydra, you know what I mean? Or ripping the heads off Gorgons. It's just tough because if I would love to put in enough effort and do the grind to at the very least get the channel monetizable. So then when I do slow down a little bit, then it's just a casual income. Then that comes with like taxes and shit, and I already have to pay an excruciating amount of money for the fact that I have um, self employment that makes me no money. You know what I mean? It's not like I make the money enough to pay the taxes later. I make the zero money and pay the taxes later. So then a lot of what my taxes turn into is deductibles. And then I'm at the point now where I can only operate the businesses so long on a loss or at a loss to where they're no longer going to accept it as a business and make it a hobby, which means that, which might be fine because then I don't have to claim those on my taxes anymore. So I'll just go back to W W9. Wait, my brain just fell apart. Is it 1099? What's my W2s? Holy shit! Something just happened in my head and wasn't good. Which whatever. That's taxes shit. That's a once a year problem. Yeah, that's like YouTube stuff I want to talk about real quick. As far as like what's been going on in life, I mean, man, we just had yesterday was like a 40-degree day, dude. It was gorgeous out, and I literally was driving to work with a smile on my face. I felt so good cracking the window down. And then as soon as I got to work, I fell into a slump. Not like a bad, I wasn't depressed, but I reclused as soon as I got to work, which affected my mood a little bit throughout the day. I was getting a little bit annoyed. People are like, man, you look tired. I'm like, generally, yes, I am tired. But uh, I am excited for spring. I'm not excited for bugs. Obviously, I'm not excited for the mud, but I am excited to finally turn off my furnace and not worry about heating my fucking house. That will save us money. And I do plan on actually buying oil so I have a full tank at the start of winter because we've had to spend we've had 3 or 4 deliveries of oil, at least 4. So we've spent probably $1,300 on fuel to keep the house heated, and that was like scraping by kind of thing. Like we would have that would get one fill would get us 100 gallons, which is little under half of our tank. And that half of our tank would typically last us like a little over a month if I kept the temperature low. The house has always been heated at 60 to 62 degrees, 63 if it's real chilly out when we got to keep the house warm. So, go through the entire winter at like 62, 61 degrees kind of sucks. And you're like, "Oh man, 60 degrees, that's warm." Like, yeah, it's warm for spring, but it's not warm for winter when the cold is constantly creeping in through the windows and the walls, and your house is only kicking on heat every once in a while to fight it off. So, that's a lot of money to spend for what our household income is. And every time we've had to spend it, it's like, well, that's a $400 bill. Oh, on top of propane, which is another $400 delivery, which propane usually lasts us quite a while considering we only use it now on hot water. Our propane heater typically was heating our water and our gas range stove, but we got that replaced last year. So now propane was only being used on hot water, which I don't use a lot of hot water for my shower. My showers don't take long because I don't have to wash my hair all the time, and I usually don't have steaming hot showers. It's like comfortable. It's like 70, 72-degree water. Sometimes if it's really cold, I'll blast up the heat just to like especially if I'm really sore or I'm feeling exhausted and I just want to just sit under heat, then I'll take a hotter shower. But even still, my showers only last like less than 10 minutes, sometimes like 5 minutes. It depends on how thorough I'm really being, how much I'm scrubbing, you know. Typically not that bad though. Dylan and In, however, they don't shower as regularly. And also, yeah, I don't even shower every day. I don't need to shower every day. I don't get sweaty. I don't really get dirty, and I don't get stinky. And if I do, then I shower right away. But I don't shower. I shower like every 2 or 3 days because I genuinely don't need to. And that's also because like I'm not being super social. You know, if I was being intimate with somebody or something like that, then yeah, I'd shower every like if I had a partner, then I would shower every single day for their benefit. But like, I don't stink, I don't get dirty, so I don't really need to. My clothes don't get dirty. And it's all about it's saving water, saving heat, and efficiency. I don't need to shower. Plus, it's a sensory issue thing for me. When I shower, my hands get all dried out, and they lose a lot of their natural oils in my hands, and I can't get it back. And so, like, I have such like a synesthetic reaction to it. I've explained it before. I've done topics on it, and maybe that might be a good podcast topic. I'll deep dive into that. I'm gonna write that down real quick. So yeah, so a lot of that makes it so I don't shower every day, but again, I don't really need to. So yeah, all that to say, I'm excited again for it to be spring, not for summer, obviously, because I'm not looking forward to heat. I don't like sweating. I don't like being stinky and dirty, and I don't like the heat that like the acne that comes with it. I don't like feeling like I have to shower more because I'm sweaty, which I will. My shower habits will pretty much become an every other day thing for the summer because of actual sweat and shit. I gotta wash my sheets and stuff more regularly because of that. Although I am curious of how it's going to be now that I'm down here in my basement in my shed office because I'm in the basement, so it's generally like 10 or so degrees cooler down here at least. The humidity will not humidity because it won't be humid down here, but there will be a lot of moisture in the air because it is a basement, so the moisture seeps in through the walls from the ground because it is an underground. It's a raised ranch house, so we do have the basement. But I'm trying to figure out. I have these two. They look like PC fans kind of thing, and they're slightly larger. And I got two of them, and I'm gonna cut holes in my shed. One of them is going to be blowing air out, and one of them is going to be pulling air in on opposite sides of the shed. So it will create an air flow that pushes the heat out and pulls air in. I don't know about having a fan blowing directly on me. I probably will have to have something like that, but since I don't have a lot of space in here, that's difficult to do. But it's something that I'll figure out. I'll have to adjust my space. I think I might, I'll figure something out. It'll be interesting. And I'll definitely have a fan in the basement circulating air. It's what I usually do. It's just a fan that's oscillating left and right, just blowing air around so the air doesn't stagnate and so like mildew doesn't build up because that's a problem down the basement. And I have to figure out how I'm gonna deal with spiders. I'm pretty sure the spiders won't be coming in here because it is a lived-in space, but I will be keeping it with cleaned out, and I'll be keeping it protected with like lemon scented stuff, with cinnamon scents, with diatomaceous earth, and I'll be spraying it with like apple cider vinegar all around the shed and stuff to make sure the spiders know that this is not a welcome area. I am worried about that. I'm worried about like grabbing my headphones and having a spider in the ear slots. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, but it will be nice. It'll save some electricity for me to not have my air conditioning running all day long with my bedroom and my office being in the same room. I don't have to run it the whole day because I'm not going to be in that one room the whole day. I would just turn on the air conditioner at night. It'll be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm living for. Is to go into my room, turn on the AC, let it get cool, and then be able to go to sleep. It'll be because like when you're sitting in the room all day and it's cool and you're comfortable, and then when you go to lie down, your body temperature, you've adjusted to that temperature, so now it's like weird trying to lay down in that same cool space, and you have to make it kind of colder. At least for me, I like to go to sleep cool, so I have to make it colder, which means I have to turn down the AC, and then whatever. So going from one room to the other will be more of like a settling into that cold. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say, but it'll be different. So, and who knows? Who knows how it'll all go? Oh, also, if you guys, I'm just touching my arm. If you were aware that I had that rash on my arm from the tattoo, I gave myself a little tattoo weeks ago, like a month ago, probably at this point, and I got a rash from it because of an allergic reaction to the colored ink that I used, which was a little sample kit of colored ink. So it wasn't the best quality, so it gave me a rash that I've been dealing with, and that's all but gone now. It's still a little bit irritated. If I like scratch my arm, it'll turn red a little bit and kind of burn slightly, but it's just lingering effects. So that's pretty much gone. And if you guys have seen any vlogs or videos or anything like that I posted where I was filming on my phone outside, you may have heard my car and it's extremely loud muffler because the muffler cracked again. My friend fixed it like a year or two ago and it wore away, and I just let him take it to his shop and he fixed it again, and now my muffler is quiet as fuck. I just had to spend $150 or so on car parts because I have to replace like my axle. I have to replace like suspension rods, I think it was, and a sensor. So I'm gonna fix my car and do all that. But once I get those things situated, my car will pretty much be golden, and that's great. I'm getting sick and tired of my car having issues constantly. but the fact that I fixed it now just means that it'll be broken again by the time I go to get it inspected. So that's gonna be awesome. But overall, there's been a lot of good things recently. Like I said, with all me keeping myself busy, doing a lot of writing stuff, and I've held off on mentioning this till the end because it's pretty much the end. I will be wrapping it up, but I've been working on a 10-year or 10th anniversary um, relaunch of Book One, Vengeance, Children of Faust. It's going to be an entirely new listing on Amazon. Um, it's going to be a slightly larger print size. Instead of 5.5 by 8.5, it's going to be 6 by 9, so there'll be a little bit more room on the page. It'll shrink down the overall book size a little bit without cutting content, so it doesn't seem so as daunting to people, and it will contain like roughly 30 pages or so of bonus content that I've been revising for the past few days, which has put a pause on my current book that I'm writing, but I'll be able to finish this up soon. I'm drawing an entire new cover for it. It's going to be a pretty simple cover, but I'm doing it myself. And overall, I'm excited for that relaunch. So if you want to pick up a copy, I think it'll be $25, I think, as opposed to the $18. I just dropped the price of the regular listing from $20 to $18 on Amazon, and I'm gonna make this one about 25 because it was, I'm drawing the cover myself, so I'm paying myself for that time and for all the extra bonus content. You're getting more, and it's a special edition, so I'm trying to do everything I can to make it special. I think I might release it in exclusively in hardcover. I think this would be my first real hardcover launch in a long time to make it even more special. And in fact, I'm gonna write something down real quick. I've also been making soundtrack music for the next book. I haven't made a soundtrack in years, so that's been fun too. Anyway, I am going to wrap this up and talking for a long time. I gotta go get ready to work on more projects. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, follow, subscribe wherever you can. Check out my books at vengeancebooks.com. Check out the links to everything I mentioned down below in the description. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.